morning. Hey. Nice. Hey guys, it's Melanie. You might be curious as to where I am, but I'm in our living room at our dining table just because our setup is a little strange here if you've seen anything else about our channel. But today, I wanted to catch up with you guys, do a little chit chat, and I actually, let's grab it. I just got another skateboard. You know me, I paint literally everything I own. Nothing is different with this one. I'm gonna be painting this guy also because the bottom is pretty dull, if I do say so myself. I can't really see what I'm painting right now, but I'll show you guys later, you know. This is more for the bonding time. Okay, now for the questions. First one, how do you actually feel about your roommates? Okay, well, now that they're not home and I'm alone filming this, just kidding. Ashley is actually upstairs right now. Vanessa's out, but I really love them. If you've seen anything I've been posting, basically, I feel like you can tell I'm enjoying it very much here, and a huge part of that is my roommates. Honestly, I got very lucky with them. I explained this to a lot of people when literally anyone asked, why'd you move? I don't even know how to explain. Like, it was the most spontaneous thing I've done, the most impulsive thing. It was so impulsive, but it was also one of the best decisions, honestly. Keep in mind, like, they could have been totally crazy. I could have been crazy, and we could have all like clashed a lot, but honestly, we get along really well. I think all of our personalities mesh well, and not even that, we get along as friends well also. How many boyfriends have you had? Are you dating? I figured I would get like some types of these questions because whenever you post anything and you're like, oh, make it juicy or whatever, that's always going to be on there. It's going to be like something about boys, which is fine because I'm pretty, well, I mean, I'm open about it, but like there's nothing interested. I've never dated anyone, never kissed anyone, never been in a relationship, anything like that. So leave it at that. Okay, the thing is, like, I want to answer as many questions as possible, but I also talk like an excessive amount. Okay, favorite thing about working at a boba shop? Honestly, you would think it would be drinking all the boba, but honestly, it was the coworkers. I really vibed with my coworkers. It was just a really nice environment. If you saw my video, someone asked, where do you work now? I was going to, I kind of wanted to, just because I do enjoy working. But now that I'm actually here, I realize that I'm quite busy. Plus, I'm only here for a short amount of time. Financial tips you recommend so that you can move out right at 18. I would just say money adds up. Even if you think going out with friends and spending money on like food and stuff is just like $5, $10 for a meal, it really does add up. So any smart saving you can do, and then definitely investing. Personally, I do invest in stocks, and I really recommend it because stuff adds up without you even noticing. Favorite thing about living with roommates? Honestly, I'm a very introverted person, so kind of being forced to be around people has been pretty different just because my family at home, we all live pretty separate lives, which, you know, it's honestly, it's fine. It's just a change. So it is really cool, especially being, we have a lot of things in common just with like, we eat the same things, we like to do the same things, we all like to shoot, we all like to film, blah blah, like that stuff is really nice. Plus, it's like having roommates is kind of like you always have someone there. So I could be doing anything and I could just ask either one of them like, oh, you want to do this with me? Do you think you'll change to try to fit in now that you've moved to Cali? Honestly, no, I don't think so. If anything, I feel like I don't know how to explain it, but like there was a huge culture shock or anything. I feel like most of the things that I do here are taken from the things that I already liked. For example, like I already liked thrifting and I already liked coffee shops, and now that I'm here, I just get to do that even more. Okay, so someone said, you have such a nice body, LOL. I noticed that you don't post workout videos. What do you do? I get a lot of questions on like eating and workout stuff, and honestly, my opinion might change on this, but the whole reason I've been very cautious about it has just because I have had a lot of like body image problems personally, and I also been struggling with it more like in the past years, which I am getting to the point where I do want to talk about it and be more open about it on this channel. As for like working out and eating stuff, I don't want to make it look like, oh, if you do this you'll look like me or anything like that, because you can do the exact same thing, have the same diet, the same workouts, you can even do more than another person, and you're still gonna look different no matter what. So when asked what happened to my nails, because one of my nails is missing, I literally, in my seatbelt seatbelt on or something and it just fell off. It was quite sad. What are you looking for in a guy? Ha ha ha, the guy questions. I feel like when I was younger, I used to have a huge list of like all the things, the qualities. I would write it down in my little diary journal, stuff like that. Like, don't lie to me, we all had one, okay? But to be honest, I think for me personally, the only like actual requirement is like faith-based, so it'd be that he's Christian. I don't have a lot of experience with relationships, as I've said, so we'll just go over a few of the perks, I guess. Kids, good with kids. I am a baby fever to the max. Like, I love kids so much, so that's very important. I feel like it's super attractive when you have the same music taste, because I do think music says a lot about person. Like, I know I was trying to be sarcastic because everyone thinks that, because it's true. But ooh, when he has style. Also when he's into like, I mean, similar things, I guess. So like when he's creative, when he's passionate about something, it has to, I mean, I don't know what it is, but he has to be hard worker, grinder, like me. I don't want to come off as like a body positivity like role model, because I definitely have my own battles and I'm not like the best role model for that, I would say. But someone asked about the best ways to feel confident about your body and unapologetic about it. And I would just say it comes down to the point where you have to understand like everything that you're giving up if you're only focusing on appearance. I can guarantee you that you will be so much happier and physically, emotionally, mentally, everything healthier when you start to love your body and treat it like your future body will appreciate, if that makes any sense. Ever had any toxic relationships? Friends, families, teachers, co-workers, etc. Luckily, I mean, I think there's always people who aren't exactly meant for each other in each other's lives, but I wouldn't go as far as to say toxic. I've luckily been surrounded by really great people. My parents, my family, great. All my friends have been really great. I mean, I've drifted from people, but I would never say like anyone was toxic. Or I think it's possible to be toxic to each other, but not a toxic person, I guess. But I still wouldn't go as far to say that. I'm already at like 20 minutes and I've answered like 2 questions and painted 1 butterfly. Do you sleep with socks on? Not gonna lie, I do sometimes. Not here because it's really hot, but when I'm cold, sleeping with some socks on, honestly, it's a great feeling. When you first started YouTube, were you scared of being made fun of? Of course I was. The reason I did not tell anyone about it, but you know what? It turned out for the best. I would say it's so worth it. I mean, it also has a lot to do with the fact that my life is pretty separated from it just because I didn't really go to school. I'm gonna ask, what's the worst part about juggling a famous/normal life? Okay, well first, it's really crazy to say famous because I still don't think of myself that way. And honestly, I don't think I ever will. Are you homesick for Washington? To be honest, I'm not really. Of course, I miss my family and my friends and stuff, but I think a lot of it has to do with like, I'm still in the mindset that this is like a extended vacation. Like, I know my family's still there for me and I know that it's not that far away and that I'll see them again. Biggest fear. I was talking about this recently, actually. Dude, I'm at a Locke. I don't really know what to paint. What should I add in here? That could be a smiling face. Should I do that my parents will get Alzheimer's, getting like kidnapped or raped, murdered. I am really afraid of throwing up. Not really afraid of heights, not really the dark, maybe a little. I'm really afraid of like tsunamis. Overrated restaurants or food. I don't want to say overrated, but I am not a burger person or a chicken sandwich person or a sandwich person in general. I just don't really like sandwiches that much. Is there a difference between what you act like regularly and on YouTube? I have asked my friends this, and to be honest, I think they said yes. I don't really remember. I think it varies. Sometimes I'm really mellow when I'm filming, and sometimes I'm really obnoxious and hyper. Favorite music artist. Okay, if we're talking favorite music artist, like all time, I can't say just one, but OGs like One Direction, Taylor Swift, like I feel like I can never get sick of them. Favorites currently are like Wallows, Dayglow, Louis Capaldi, Nicki, Cage the Elephant, Arctic Monkeys, the band Camino. I had my little R5 phase recently. Aw, how's life? How are you really feeling? I love those questions, guys. I love them. I mean, I'm very like low-key bipolar, but right now I'm actually really good. So thanks for asking. And I'm not just saying it, I really am good. What do you regret the most? I say I don't really have any regrets, but I don't have any big regrets. I just have like small stuff. It would be like not cleaning my piercings because I'm stupid and then it caused me a lot of pain. Dude, I get a lot of these first kiss stories. That's funny. I don't even know if I said that on my channel yet, but I just exposed myself. So future baby names, I don't know. Okay, maybe did I talk about my baby fever on the channel or something? Because I feel like quite a few people have asked me that. Aw, darn it, I don't know why I thought touching that would be a good idea. I have a whole fat list on my phone actually. Oh, I really just exposed myself again. I really like it when guy girl names are reversed, I guess, or like when girls have guy names. As you can see, different setup, different outfit. I look different. It's a new day. I realized I never really finished filming this. I was kind of just like, I'll finish it up later because painting a board takes a really long time. I'll show you guys the progress. This is what she's looking like so far. I'm moving on to like the paint pens now, which should be fun. And I'm gonna be answering some more questions because I never really finished off. I get this question a lot, just like on all of our stories, and I personally have gotten this question, so I'm just gonna answer it here. What I will say is like, Vanessa and I have similar tendencies, whether it's like skating or eating at like 2 a.m. So that's why our schedules just tend to align a little bit more. Like right now, Vanessa's out of town. Ashley and I have been hanging out. We stayed up last night talking, but it's just not like, you know, you don't post everything. While I might see more pictures like of Vanessa, I love Ashley. I love both of my roommates. So those questions can stop now. What's your biggest insecurity? Okay, like this question is really hard, and I also don't want to be, I guess, trigger warning. I mean, everyone has a lot of insecurities. I would say I have a lot of insecurities. I feel like the biggest things I've been struggling with are, I'd say, my intellect and my appearance, as in like my body. Do you sleep with a stuffed animal? Okay, like I wanted to answer this one because I do. Okay, you guys know Billy, like my banana that I literally paid $40 for, but honestly, one of the best purchases of my life. It honestly, sleeping, like hugging something, makes me sleep so much better. Even here, I did not bring any stuffed animals with me because I just didn't have a lot of room in the car. And also I was like,
I'm beyond that, like I need to throw up.
I ended up buying a pillow to hug here because I wasn't able to sleep. Have you ever gone through a bad state of mental health? If you did, what got you through it? Me, my junior year was really tough, and I know it is for a lot of people. It was super isolating, which like I'll admit I totally did to myself. It's hard to say because like looking back on it, I can see that so clearly, but like during the year, I thought I was doing great. Honestly, I would say what got me through it was like my faith and my relationship with God, because without that, I don't know where things could have taken me. Have you ever wanted to quit YouTube? I feel like I get this question a lot. I would say no, actually, which might be surprising. I don't think I've ever taken like an actual break, just because YouTube has been so good to me and I absolutely love it. It's always been my creative outlet, and it still is. Also, just in a self-growth aspect, I feel like I've always been fascinated and focused on self-growth, but I think YouTube has done so much for me, and it's actually kind of crazy to think where I'd be or how I'd be if I had never had my channel. Fave One Direction song. Okay, I go into these hardcore One Direction phases. Like there's certain songs I really enjoy because they bring me back certain memories. For example, let's take a little stroll through One Direction. I mean, there's the obvious songs that everyone loves, like 18, AM, Night Changes. Okay, but then some that are like a slightly more underrated. Like every time I hear, dude, changes my entire mood. Or this song, it makes me so happy, just the beginning. I need to learn how to play this song on the guitar. Are you strong in your faith? If so, any tips on how to stay strong in your relationship with God? So I've talked about my faith a little bit on this channel, and I post things here and there on Instagram. I just never want to come off as I'm like pushing my faith on my channel. I would say being strong in your faith is really subjective because there's always like ups and downs. I'd say right now I am in a stronger point than I was recently, but I think there's always room to grow. What are you allergic to? I really wanted to answer this one and like just put it out there. I am unfortunately allergic to so many things. So I'm allergic to nuts, seeds, oats, shellfish, quinoa, and then like my mild allergies are like pineapple sometimes, kiwi, sometimes apples, and like nectarines and peaches will make my throat itchy. Oh, carrots and celery, which is weird because celery is literally like 90-something% water. Do you think Cali lives up to the hype? Okay, honestly, I was really psyching myself out about this right before moving. I was like, California has always been a dream in life. So I was like, if I don't like it when I move there, I'm gonna be devastated. But to be honest, I will say it kind of is what I expected, and I do love it. I love it so much. Like in the small things every day, I'm just like, I could so see myself living here for so long. How's college? That's a big question, but I wanted to get into it. College, honestly, so far feels exactly the same as how my high school was, just because it's all online. When's the latest you want to get married, and when do you want your last kid? I feel like I can't put an age on it, or I'm honestly scared if I put an age on it, I'll like jinx it and then I'll just never get married. Since I'm not really answering this question because I have no clue myself. Funny story, but when I was younger, I thought it was normal to get married when you were 20 and have kids when you were 25. But now when I think about that, like, when I was younger, I literally thought I was gonna be getting married in like a little over a year. Like, oh, are you kidding me, Melanie? Girl, can you drop a skincare routine? Your face is honestly so clear and beautiful, and I'm jealous. Okay, first off, thank you so much. I'll say, I think skincare honestly just has to do with like genetics and like hygiene and stuff. I feel like you can buy the most expensive skincare stuff, but it's all like trial and error. Even if you do exactly what I do, I don't know how much it'll help you. I use this normal Neutrogena face wash, Neutrogena moisturizer. Sometimes I'll use this Burt's Bees like face scrub. I'll say a lot of how your skin's doing, I think personally it has to do with what you're putting into your body, like what you're eating, how much you're sleeping, stress, how much water you're drinking, how hygienic you are, like how often you just wash your face, and change your like pillowcases, stuff like that. Well, honestly, it plays a big role in it. And then the last question for this video, we're ending it off with, why did you move to LA? Like I said a little earlier, moving to LA has always been like my dream. I don't know why, I just think I fit the California vibes very well. I was just really devastated when I couldn't move because of school. Not to say there's anything like bad about being at home, because I honestly love home. I love Seattle, I love all my friends there, I absolutely love my family, I miss them a lot. But I will say, like, since like Vanessa and Ashley were willing to, since we found a place and it all just was working out. I'm a very go with the flow person, and it was all just working out. I honestly wasn't sure if it was actually gonna happen, but you know, it did, and I'm so happy with where we're at. I never would have guessed I would have been moving out, because honestly, I was so against it. I was just like, school, school, school. I would never like move out of home, like financially, that's just not smart. You know, it happened. This is where we are, and I'm so happy with it. Other than that, I know it looks like I didn't really get anything done in this video, and to be honest, it's probably gonna take me a solid like 10 more hours to finish this board, because I don't even know what I'm doing with it. I'm just like doodling on it. But that's all I'm doing for this Q&A, because I honestly filmed for like 2 hours of me just talking about random stuff. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me and watching. Other than that, I'm gonna keep doodling on my board, and I'm gonna turn my camera off because it's about to die. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.